Nice to meet you.
Ross.
We have Ross Arnold with us. So you are the designer of the game?
Yes, co-designer.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Do we also have the box of it somewhere around here? Oh, okay, we have it. Awesome. Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about Woodcraft with Ross Arnold, one of the co-designers. This is made by Delicious Games, and it's being released here at Spiel, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right, so it's the first time people can actually buy it.
Yep.
Right? Okay, it's one of the hottest games this year at Essen, and I'm very curious to know what it is about. I mean, I can see it's about wood,
Yes,
but other than
correct.
that, I don't really know much
Yes.
about it.
So each player is running their own workshop. That's represented by their player board over here. They can fill that player board with their helpers or their workers, people that do the job for them, as well as various tools. You can add some saws, some ways in which you can glue your wood together, things like that, and also grow new wood so that you don't have to buy it from the market over here.
Can show this maybe closer to people so they can check it out. Okay. Yeah.
And that's all to complete these contracts, which are essentially your customers asking you to build a chest or to build them a little ring box with a snail in it or a rocking horse. And it's all about dice. So dice is your wood. And you can think of a size 3 dice or a value 3 dice, say as a 3-foot board, 3-foot long piece of wood.
Oh, okay.
And in order to make the wood the right size, in order to carve it down to actually make the items, you're going to have to use the various tools in your shop. So right now we have the 3 available to us that we need for this horse, but we have only this 2. What we could do is activate a saw blade, chopping that in half, and turning the 2 into 2 ones. Now we have 3 of the dice available.
Okay.
We also may need that 4, which we could harvest, or we could let that keep growing, and instead I could flip this over, spend some scrap wood, and turn this 3 into a 4. So that's the dice manipulation.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how would you describe the mechanics in in keywords like dice manipulation?
Dice manipulation for sure. There's the rondel action selection over here, which is a way that accumulates bonuses on the actions that are taken less often. So the further round the action tile goes around this rondel, it leaves bigger bonuses shown in these windows and on the edge of the rondel to the actions that have been left behind. So it's the dice manipulation, it's order fulfillment or contract fulfillment, and then this rondel with bonuses.
Right. And what about this part?
Yeah, so
this part?
this is the round tracker, so you're only going to have 14 turns in the whole game. And a turn is using all of your various tools, but also selecting one of the actions from the rondel. You'll do that 14 times throughout the game. You have income boards, so you can, every 4 or so turns, depending on the player count, 3 to 4 turns, you'll have an income phase where you'll receive the income based on your position of these 2. Your nut income, which is your victory points, or your blueberry income, which is your currency over here. Yeah. And then we have a reputation track, which is going to be, at the end of the game, a multiplier for the number of contracts you've been able to complete.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
And we have a question from chat, which is, I love the theme. I wonder how you got around to it.
Yeah, so at the time, a few years ago, during the pandemic, or right before the pandemic, I should say, I was building out an escape room, and trying to be very efficient with the wood that I had available to me, and deciding how best to use that wood sparked an idea in the head of a resource that you can chop into pieces, and how you're cutting it up is relevant for the game. And that kind of led to me to this dice idea, and that just quickly evolved into this with Vladimir's help, obviously.
Okay, that's so real life inspired.
Yeah.
This the theme, and is this? I'm not sure, but you have made other games other than Woodcraft.
I have not. No.
This is your first game.
This is my first design.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah. I'm very lucky to be working with Vladimir and Delicious Games.
Yeah. Vladimir Suki, yes. I don't know if he's going to be here at the Spiel. I guess not.
He is, yeah. He's over by the booth, yeah.
Okay. Where can people find Woodcraft? Like, which hall are you guys?
In Hall 5.
Hall 5?
Yeah.
Okay. yeah, go look for Delicious Games for Woodcraft.
Yeah.
I don't know if we spoke about the player count.
Yeah, it plays 1 to 4. One simulates a 2-player game, but there's a deck of cards that dictates what the other player would do. And the other player counts 2, 3, and 4 are just as normal rules, no changes or anything.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts for, I don't know, expansions, or is it too early to talk about this?
I don't know what I can say. We've been discussing the idea, but there's nothing at all. We've not moved forward with anything just yet. But it's something we've mentioned and discussed. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
A possibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love how, it doesn't have too many components. I mean, things are neat, and I love this rondel.
I think it's very focused on the contracts. There's not a lot really that you can do. It's all about fulfilling the contracts.
Right.
And whether you do that with gaining a lot of reputation and doing a contract, or collecting a lot of the tools up here, those are auxiliary things that will let you get a lot of points.
Yeah.
But really, the focus is making a very efficient workshop and completing as many orders as you can.
Right. And how long is the game?
It says up to 120 for 80 to 120. I think it plays a little quicker than that. Once I played it a lot, so I played it very quickly.
Yeah.
I can play a 2-player game in maybe 45 minutes, but I don't suspect most people could do that.
Would you say it's like a medium light game, heavy game? Like, I guess it would be medium to heavy.
Yeah.
From the looks of it, but I haven't played it. I don't know.
It's an interesting question, because I think it's definitely lighter than, say, Messina, Praga, or Underwater Cities even.
Okay, yeah.
I do think it's lighter than those things, especially when it's just in terms of the rules overhead, in terms of how much I need to teach you about the game before we play. But it is a very tight game, a very tough game to do well at. And you can do some very clever manipulations with the dice, and I think it's very satisfying when you can. But those are hard to find, I think. And if you... Yeah, it's heavy. I think it's deep in that sense, in the sense of that you can really play well if you really focus in.
Right. And we have some questions from Chad asking, you worked as 2 designers. How did you divide the work? How
Great
does
question.
Work to be 2 designers?
Well, firstly, very difficult, because Vladimir doesn't speak English and I don't speak Czech.
Right.
So a lot of emails and a lot of Google Translate helped. Definitely with...
That could be a game on its own.
That would not a very fun one. But yeah, that was quite difficult, but it worked out okay. What generally happened, I submitted a game, a completed design that was some of the orders and the dice manipulation and the creating a workshop with saws and other tools. But the action selection was just worker placement. And when I sent the game out to Delicious Games, they really liked aspects of it, but didn't want to do a worker placement game.
Right.
So what then happened is Vladimir made some changes, took the game completely on his own for a little bit, made some changes to the central mechanism, which then he brought to me. I played, I developed it a bit more, and then it was just back and forth emails with our ideas and how we could tweak it. Constantly running out to the printers to get new things printed out and tested.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. How you can make it work in 2 different countries.
Yeah, 2 different continents.
Where are you based?
In New York City, in
New York
America.
City. Oh wow. Okay.
I'm from England originally.
Okay. Wow. That's really a game on its own. How you guys worked together in this. And how long was the development process?
I'm so bad with timelines like this. I think I spent maybe a year on it on my own, and then probably almost 2 years working with Vladimir, maybe a year and a half with Vladimir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is any other questions from chat, but I think we know enough about the game to go check it out live. For the people who are attending Spiel.
Yeah.
And will it hit also retailers soon?
Yes, I believe in Europe it will hit retailers pretty quickly. Rio Grande are distributing it in North America, and that should take maybe a couple months.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it all looks great. I really want to play this game eventually.
Yeah. It'll be at
If
the
I
booth,
get
so
around to
yeah,
it.
come take a look.
Yes. I was saying before that I'm really happy that, this year we have publishers coming to us
Yeah.
to show the games, because usually I don't have enough time to do that myself.
Right.
So I'm so excited to get to know about all the new games
Yeah, absolutely.
over at our booth.
And there's so many
fantastic.
great ones at CE,
Yeah,
so
this year
a lot to look at.
it's a lot of great games.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
For
I'm a big
the
fan of
presentation.
CGE's games, by the way, I should say, while I'm here.
I'm a big fan of their games as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Of course, yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, is Wanda helping with the table? They're pretty heavy. I don't know when we got them so heavy.
Thank
Not
you.
the game, like the board
Yes,
we
yeah.
got to get stuff on.